Well, here we are for another week, show number 33.
Hello, everybody.
I'm Lee McCain.
And I am Beth McCain.
And we're here doing the Beth and Lee McCain show, where we talk about the law of attraction.
Yeah, we talk about that 24 hours a day, don't we?
Pretty much because we live it.
I know, every day.
Kind of neat. I really enjoy it, don't you?
I sure do. Yeah.
Makes life a great place to be.
Well, you know what? It takes a lot off your shoulders, too.
Sure does. Makes things a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole thing about it. Ease.
That's right.
I like ease.
Do you like ease?
Ease.
Could you say that one more time for the people?
Ease.
Okay.
See, isn't that just an easy word? Doesn't make you just want to go, ah. Matter of fact, one of our questions, both of our questions this week are from our boot campers, from our graduating,
They sure are.
from our graduating class, our first class of LOA boot camp.
Mm-hmm. And we decided that with these questions that it'd be nice to throw them in among the mix of all the questions that we have, because they're actually very, very good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, like, the one question from the one camper is all about visualizing with too much ease.
Yeah, really.
It's a neat question because she wants to know, what do I do about visualizing? And I get so, calm and so in this wonderful space that I fall asleep.
That's right.
Well, you know what? That's a
happens.
good question.
Yeah, and we both have talked about this before, because I have done that.
Oh, me too.
And even recently.
You usually say I'm snoring when I do too.
And then you go, no, I'm not. I'm awake.
How would I know I was asleep?
And there's a couple ways to handle it.
Yeah.
And that would be for the emergency break glass when I start to fade off, because I usually visualize in the evening. That seems to be the time after I put Peanut to bed and just do the normal stuff, and then you just relax, and then you sit down, and then you start to visualize, and there you go, you nod off, And so what I have done is I have a ready-made affirmation for myself that is ready, and it sums up my visualization. And if I feel myself nodding, I just take that affirmation and just start mulling it over my head over and over again, and I fall asleep on it. And I've always noticed that when you fall asleep on something like that, it even can affect your dreams. It's actually a very good thing. It's like that's the last thing on your mind, and you're still working through it. The universe is working through it with you through the night as well. So I think, that's a good way of doing it.
Pretty much the same thing has happened to me. I don't think I'm as good as you, though. I haven't worked out a visualization that I can just, click on. So what I do is I try to make my nighttime visualizations be the easier ones, the more general ones. And then if I fall asleep on it, then again, I'm in a good space. Where
and the other thing is that what we do, I've seen Lee do it too, we have way too many comfortable chairs in our house. And so we have our dining room table is very heavy and strong, and so are the chairs.
Well, I said that I think they look like the electric chair.
Oh, do you?
The dining room chairs. I call them the electric chairs.
Well, they're nice and heavy.
That's what they look like.
Yeah, they're nice and heavy. They're that nice cherry wood. But anyway, what I will do is I will sit in one of those chairs, and Lee makes fun of me sometimes. He's like, hey, you're sitting in the electric chair. But I'll sit...
Hope the warden calls.
And so what I'll do is I'll actually visualize in that sometimes, so that I'm comfortable, but not so comfortable that I knock off.
That you're going to knock off.
Yeah, that I'm going to go to sleep. So hopefully that helps with the boot camper. And,
and a lot of other people, too.
Yeah.
Because actually, I remember us getting this last time we were out on the road. We got this a couple of times, this question.
Yeah.
So I like your answer better than mine, though.
Well, a ready-made affirmation affirmations obviously are very important in the law of attraction. But, I know not everybody they don't know when they're falling asleep. But I now have a signal. I can catch myself, and it's like, okay, switch brain, start going with the affirmation, and that's how I handle it. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, we didn't really ask the question, did we? We just kind of fell
talked
into
about
it today.
Well, again, officially the question was, I get so relaxed that I fall asleep even when I'm sitting in a chair and I'm visualizing. What can I do about that?
And I zonk out.
And she also wanted to know, does the visualization kind of work still if you fall asleep ahead of it? Well, it does.
It does.
Yeah.
It sure does.
Yeah. Hey, we've got a lot of cool things going on this week. The Indicator, the magazine. We now have it kind of a blog of it, where we republish some of the articles. So if anybody wants a taste of what the Indicator's like, just go to our website or find a link there. We'll have links there
Yeah.
to take you to it. That's kind of a neat thing.
Yeah, and we start our next boot camp.
We do. We've got some new boot campers.
Yes.
A whole slew of them, whole brand new class, a whole new crop.
Oh, so much fun.
Yep.
I know we go on and on about it, but it's just I enjoy it so much.
It's the most fun I think we've ever done.
Yeah.
And I think it's just really, I'm not surprised. I expect the boot camp to be great, but boy, I didn't think it was going to be like this.
Yeah.
I could see that's when the universe takes over and is bigger than your imagination.
Yeah, it's just wonderful.
We really had a wonderful time.
So check it out on the website.
And Saturday is graduation for the first crop of boot campers.
I know.
Well, we have another question here. We were talking about this earlier. Why don't you kind of fill in the listeners a little bit about what the boot camper brought up to us, and it made a lot of sense.
Yeah, it did. Well, there's actually kind of two parts in it. One is about ego. By applying the law of attraction, are you going to build this huge ego because you think you can do everything yourself?
You can
number one.
control everything, yeah.
Yeah, and then the other was about how does religion fit into the law of attraction? People are concerned that it's taking the power from God,
yeah.
Right. But the funniest thing is that,
the basic irony is that God, the universe, the all created the law of attraction for us as part of what makes our lives wonderful, a wonderful place to be. So obviously, if God has done this, there is no way that it can be wrong.
Exactly.
And there's no way that your tiny little insignificant ego could ever eclipse something as wonderful as the law of attraction or God.
That's right.
If it does start to get in there, all it's going to do is just create and attract some negativity through this ego. So really,
it is a check and balance. It really
is the ultimate check and balance.
Yes, it is.
You see, and that's something that's really, God isn't jealous. God doesn't want is in competition with the law of attraction. Again, it was given to us.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's how we really succeed in life. And if you're attracting good things, you're also going to attract things on a spiritual level and all this. So it all works together. It's not one or the other, and they're definitely not in competition with one another. And there's a lot of people in the kind of the religious world out there that shy away from the law of attraction, thinking and believing that it is somehow a man-made egotistical challenge
against their religion,
or against
their
God or whatever, and that is absolutely not the case. And I don't know how you underline that enough.
Yeah, it just enhances life, and you can have and be anything that you want to be through the law of attraction. And that was given to us. That was given to us at birth.
Yeah.
So...
It was given to us before birth.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
So, anyway... hopefully that answers that question.
I think that's how we would answer it anyway, and I think it's definitely in line with what the law of attraction is all about. And anybody who's skewed that into something else, well, that's not what the law of attraction is, So, boy, again, it just went by, didn't it?
It does. I know. It goes so quickly.
Wow. I know we've got a ton of work because we're getting ready for that new class coming in.
Yeah, but it's fun.
And Janet's been talking to everybody on the computer, going back and forth with them. And
taking care of all of the odds and ends. So, I feel very fortunate to have her.
Thank you so much, Janet, for that.
Yeah.
And, of course, the guys here doing all the technical stuff. And, boy, there's just so much to do. I always wondered how come when I was in school, teachers were always there before you got there, and they're always there after you go home.
I know.
And here's, I know now.
I know. I agree.
So,
the cool thing is even Jim.
Our engineer.
Yeah, he's like, so when's this boot camp coming along?
Yeah.
Right, Jim? And you know what he did today? Look, he brought me a coffee.
Oh, my God, he did.
And I wonder what that means. What do you want, Jim? No, I'm teasing. Just joking.
More to the point, what do I get? Hey, folks, thanks so much for tuning in. We had a great time.
We sure did.
And we'll be back next week for show number 34 of the Beth and Lee McCain Radio Show.
And we'll be back to our conventional way.
We will.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.